I'm here with women's basketball coach Brent Pollari. Coach, first off, welcome to St. Mary's and congratulations on being named the new head women's basketball coach.
Thank you very much.
How have things been going in terms of just your adjustment to taking over the reins of the Cardinals?
Going very well. Just was a building process, coming and starting from scratch and hiring a staff, getting the team on board, and then just with practice starting to go, developing people, developing a team, putting a whole new system in, all that stuff.
Let's put you on the spot a little bit. Talk a little bit about your background, where you came from, because for most people watching this video, this is the first time that they've really got to know you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Bozeman, Montana, and I have coached Division I at Montana State and the University of North Dakota. Division II at Northern State was my longest stint, and I just came from Minnesota State, Mankato, and so I've been coaching for about 15 years. I was a head high school coach for a couple of years. I was down in Texas, A&M Kingsville for a year. But I've been really for the last several years wanting to be a head coach. And this was a good opportunity that opened in a good spot with good people.
And we're excited to have you. Now we got to talk some nuts and bolts here. You've been going for just about, maybe almost a month. You've got an exhibition game against Winona State on Saturday, so you finally get into that real competitive action. I got to imagine that the players are chomping at the bit to actually play somebody besides themselves.
Yeah, they're excited. We had a scrimmage on Friday against Luther, and that was nice for them to be able to get up and down. And, our team has been piecing together. We've been adding people. We just added a couple here, so we're at different stages of where we are here, and we're just trying to figure it out as a team.
And let's talk a little bit about the team. You've got an interesting dynamic of returners and newcomers. I know you also get the return of Bridget Pethke, who missed most of last year because of an injury. A huge spark plug for you, obviously at the point, and you've got some other returners as well. Talk a little bit about the veterans that you've got and what they're bringing to a team that really is young in terms of not only some of their players but also their head coach.
Well, first of all, they did a great job in the vacuum in between coaches of pulling our team together. I mean, there was a good several weeks where there wasn't a head coach in place here, and our seniors really stepped to the plate and pulled our team together and showed their leadership there. On the court, everybody's a rookie now, including me. It's our first year together. But you can see really good things from the seniors, from our upperclassmen, and yeah, we're just pulling everything together now.
I know you mentioned a couple of people that have joined the team. Emma Schaefer's coming off of a very solid women's soccer season. Brandy Blattner, a freshman who was instrumental in the volleyball team. A couple of two-sport athletes there. Kind of shows the athleticism of your team this year?
Yeah, very much so. And that's two things that those two bring very well. I mean, great athletes, good minds for the game, very good players, and they started Monday was their first practice with us. So we're layering different people at different points, and we've had some people that have been at 20 some practices, and we've had some that have been to one or two. So.
Not to give away any of your strategies, but talk a little bit about your approach to the game. What are we going to see from the Cardinals this year in terms of style of play?
We like a lot of teamwork. We like the ball moving around. We like a lot of screens, a lot of action. We don't want the ball to stick. We want the ball to move. And then just an unselfishness. Defense, we want to get after it. We'll play different styles of defense. But we're a little smaller than we've been in the past, so we're going to have to focus on rebounding and helping out in the post a little bit.
As I mentioned before, you technically open your season on Saturday against Winona State. It's an exhibition game for you. It's actually a game that counts for Winona State. What do you want to get out of that game? Since it really is, aside from the scrimmage, your first action as a coach, what are you looking for on Saturday?
The first thing is just getting out of it healthy is the biggest thing. But just being able to continue to grow. From day one, we keep taking steps, taking steps. I think in our scrimmage, we felt pretty good after we were done with our scrimmage. Then you go back and watch tape, and you realize all the things you have to work on. So we want to keep making steps forward in progress.
We mentioned that this is a new look for you coming as a head coach here, but really the game has a new look this year. Instead of halves, the women's game is going to go to quarters. Talk a little bit about some of the changes that the NCAA has made in the women's game this year.
Yeah, so there's going to be 4 10-minute quarters. So that's different already from the men's game now. There's going to be every quarter resets with 5 on the 5th foul. It is double bonus. There's no more bonus. That's 2 shot free throws. So each quarter it resets. Some other changes with the game. In the last minute of the game, you can advance the ball. If you call a timeout, you can advance the ball across half court like the pros do. There is, in the back court, we have a 10-second count, and if the ball is deflected out of bounds and we were already at a count of 6 or 7, you only have those 2 or 3 seconds or 4 seconds to get it across the court. So those are some of the major changes. They really want freedom of play, so they're going to be a little more strict on fouls, that kind of stuff.
Well, it all kicks off on Saturday. You've got Winona State at 7 o'clock. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Donnie.